If you had told me a few years ago that I'd end up using my HELOC the way most people use a credit card, I would have laughed hard. I mean, who does that? Who lets a line of credit get that out of hand? Apparently, me. And I swear, it didn't happen in some dramatic today, everything falls apart kind of way. It was way quieter than that. It just crept in. It all started during the pandemic. You know how everyone had their own version of chaos? Ours just came with a few more zeros attached. We had some renovation plans, and honestly, at the time, everything looked solid. We were expecting investment returns that were pretty much guaranteed, or at least we thought they were. And when you're under that kind of pressure, raising kids, trying to make everything feel normal, you trust the numbers you want to believe. Then the investments just evaporated. Gone. Zero. No safety net, no fallback, just silence. And suddenly, all those decisions that felt responsible didn't feel smart anymore. And that's when the HELOC started becoming this thing. Not a tool, not a cushion, but this giant, looming balance we kept trying not to look at. I'm not even sure when we stopped treating it like a line of credit and started treating it like a giant credit card that could absorb anything life threw at us. Little expenses, big expenses, unexpected stuff we should have budgeted for but didn't. And because the house was appreciating and the market was insane, it all felt justified. You don't think you're drowning when the water rises slowly? And the thing that still blows my mind is the income. You hear $500,000 a year, and you think someone like me should be lounging on a beach made of gold dust. But $500,000 before taxes in Canada doesn't feel like $500,000. By the time everything gets shaved off, we're taking home $200,000 or $300,000. Still great money, but trust me, when your lifestyle expands to match it, that margin evaporates fast. 3 kids, private school, mortgage, renovations, life, and our burn rate became normal. Too normal. That's the dangerous part. You stop noticing the size of your lifestyle when you see it every day. When I finally called in for help, I felt embarrassed. I know people judge silently, even if they pretend not to. I could hear it in my own head. How did you let a $400,000 HELOC happen? How didn't you see it snowballing? But when you're living inside the storm, visibility drops to zero. You're just trying to stay upright. They asked about the numbers, and saying them out loud felt surreal. And I remember the advisor's reaction, that mix of shock and realism. Not in a judgy way, but in that way someone reacts when they realize you're juggling flaming swords and smiling through it. My biggest question, the thing that pushed me to make the call, was whether I should roll the HELOC into the mortgage when it renews in June. Just blend it all together. One big payment? Cleaner, simpler, less shameful looking on paper. But the more we talked, the more I realized I didn't want cleaner. I wanted control. I wanted a plan that didn't feel like I was hiding the problem inside a bigger number. Because if I roll it in, yeah, it's simpler. But at the same time, it becomes invisible. And invisible is dangerous. Keeping the HELOC separate means I see it. I feel it. I have to confront it. And weirdly, that felt better. So when the advisor said, "Make it your mission, kill it in 3 years," something clicked. Because for the first time in a long time, the numbers didn't feel impossible. 400,000 feels like this monstrous mountain, but 11,000 a month with our income. That's a hill. A tough hill, yeah, but a hill I can climb. And when I pictured it, the HELOC gone in 3 years, it suddenly felt like the air got lighter. Then I pictured something bigger. The mortgage gone a few years after that, and then the moment that really hit me. Imagining the kids going off to university and us finally sitting in a house with no mortgage, no HELOC, no payments weighing down every decision. A home that's actually ours. For the first time in a long while, the future didn't feel like a punishment for past mistakes. It felt like something we could build toward. When I hung up that day, I didn't feel stupid anymore. I didn't feel ashamed. I just felt responsible. Like someone who made a mess but finally had the map to clean it up. And yeah, we're cutting things back. The lifestyle has to shrink for a bit. But honestly, I'm okay with that, because it means the future doesn't shrink with it. This whole experience taught me something I wish I'd learned earlier. Debt doesn't make you a failure. It makes you human. And fixing it doesn't take a miracle. Just a plan you actually commit to. So that's where we are now, 3 years of focus, then a few more after that. And suddenly, what felt like drowning feels more like swimming toward shore. And for the first time in a long time, I can actually see it.